everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope your new year is going along just how you hoped it would. I'm still managing to get up at 6:30 every day, and today was wonderful because I've begun to already get used to it, and so I can get up before my alarm. I woke up at 6:25, so didn't have to have an alarm, just looked and turned it off and got up and didn't have any grogginess. It was amazing. I know they're not all going to be like this, but it was a wonderful example of how they could be. I had all that extra time, and I have told you guys I'm going to be doing that hypnosis session, which I'm going to have to change the day because I made some plans to go out of town. But anyways, so I was typing out those questions, and I realized now, due to the wonderful technology that we have, I didn't have to type anything. I just used the dictation part and just was able to say everything, and it translated it perfectly for me. So I was really happy about that. When I print them out in the next couple times, I'll show you guys some of those questions. I think it's really interesting to see what some of the things it is that I want to ask my subconscious mind. I do believe that it is our birthright to have this knowledge. We all have access to any knowledge, any answer to any question that we want. We just have to be able to extract it, and that's what these different tools are for. I'm going to start with the hypnosis and then move on from there, see how it goes. It's going to be interesting because I've already found out that I'm going to a lady's house and she has a cat, and I'm allergic to cats, so I'm curious to see if that's going to interfere somehow. I was randomly going through my closet today. I think having all this time is so great in the morning because I was like, I'm going to look through some of this stuff. And I do believe, maybe it's because I was on my computer also, and I was looking at some of my files, and I had forgotten that I had written some of that stuff. A lot of it was just school stuff, but I think I have a poet inside of me, or I was one in a past life. I've also written short stories kind of along the way. I think they just come to you. At least that's how it's been for me. Everyone has some poetry inside. I do believe that if you have inspiration and just let it flow. I think most of them do write themselves, but then there's some that is out of complete desperation, and I found this notebook that had some of that in it because I never did make a complete poem out of it or anything, but I had definitely really liked and appreciated this particular line because it completely was what I needed at the time, and I was in darkness and I was desperate. Let's put it that way. So it just says, "Let my heart be as light as a feather, not weighted down with chains and tethers." And I really love that because when you get into any sort of heartbreak or sorrow, grief, pain, anything, your heart can just become so heavy. And I've been able to manage my emotions a lot better now that I've mastered some meditation techniques and just maybe mastered the emotions, I guess. I'm not really quite sure how to say it. I know that there's times, like even the other day, I was feeling kind of down, and I went and I put a sad song on, and I was getting into it, and I was like, okay, whoa, Andrea, let's... This is totally unnecessary. This is unnecessary. We don't have to get the sadness and then start like add into it to really, really feel it. We don't need to do that right now. I know that in my last video, I talked about how it's going to be hard to expect any sort of contact from any species when we have so much violence as a human race. And I really have embodied that and know that to be true for myself. I've just been in a lot of fights over the years. I know I've talked to you guys about that a little bit, touched on it. I think that it's only recently, hey, admitting that, it's only recently that I began to think maybe I could have avoided a lot of those fights, if not all of them. And there's over a dozen or so. I don't know. I kind of lost track. There is sometimes some of my friends will mention one and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That's how bad it was. But I do, I was laughing. It's not funny, but this part is kind of funny because there are things that I have done that I'm like, you know what? No, I would do that again. But one of them was in Newport Beach, California. I was walking with a girlfriend on 4th of July and we were just walking down the boardwalk. And you know, if you've ever seen it there's a bunch of houses just lined up right there. And they all have fences that just go up to like right here. They're real short all along there so people can have the view of the ocean. And I was walking along and next thing I know, I felt water getting squirt from a squirt gun right on my head, right in my temple. The person had really good aim. We'll put it that way. And I don't know what came over me, but I just turned right. I didn't even think about it. I turned right around, ran after him, jumped over that little fence, got in a wrestling match with this guy, and grabbed that gun. That was the first thing I was after. And he like had a hold of it and we wrestled around and then part of it kind of broke off into my hand. The other part broke off into his hand. And at this point, all of his friends, you know, had come out from the house. They were in there and they're like, no. I think that they were concerned about what was happening. As soon as I got that part of the gun, I just like snapped out of it and just like dropped it and then got back over the thing, started walking with my friend again like nothing happened. I wouldn't necessarily call that violence, so I think I would maybe do that again. I'm picturing my heart light as a feather right now. Feels good to do that. You don't have to put on sad music. You don't have to sit there and get sad. Just allow yourself to be light. Allow yourself to be free. I'm just laughing about all those fights. I know as of now, I could have avoided a lot of them. I was having a joking thing with my coworker the other day because we were laughing about this post someone had put on Facebook that said, oh, it doesn't matter if you're an adult now. There's things you wanted to do as a kid and you weren't able to, like gymnastics and karate and dance, then you can do them as an adult. And we were getting a kick out of that because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can't go and do gymnastics right now. Like, I would end up in a neck brace for sure. And then the whole thing, I was laughing about the karate because I kind of had a thing for a while where I wanted to learn karate. And then I just said, but I guess I could just do an old-fashioned street fight like I normally do. And my coworker was cracking up about that. And it was funny because I could tell he totally thought I was joking. He had no idea. Those are funny jokes sometimes when people don't realize how serious you are. All right, everyone. Inhale. Oh, I'm didn't do this quite right today. I need to get a new yoga mat too. I need. This is more my outdoors one. All right, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, let my heart be as light as a feather, not weighted down with chains and tethers. I hope you guys all have a heart that's as light as a feather today. And let go and be free. Reach out to me. I love hearing from you.